Hi, you guys. This is Aqua Moonlight. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, I hope you guys are doing all right. I know the energies right now are really crazy. They're really, really intense. So, if you are feeling a little bit, a little bit off, or if you're just feeling some symptoms, that's definitely why. We have a lot of changes taking place. So, I wanted to come on here and do a divine feminine reading. So, this is going to be for anybody who resonates with being on the divine feminine journey. You could be a soulmate, twin flame, maybe you're just on a spiritual path in general. So, this is just meant to see, what do we need to know? What do we need to know with this? We also have the new moon in Cancer on June 21st, solar eclipse. So, this is just adding on to all the changes that are taking place. We also have Mercury going retrograde as well. So, yeah, I just want to see what comes up here. So be easy on yourselves. Be easy on yourselves when it comes to what you're experiencing. I know I've been having some irregular sleep cycles, and I've just been feeling very, very off, either too jittery or too ungrounded. So I've just been trying to ground myself. My energy tends to go upward, so I need to take it back down and ground myself. So I've been working on that. So let's go ahead and see what we have. I actually pulled this first because I don't know the names of these goddesses off the top of my head. So I wanted to read them first. I wanted to meditate on them, and they're really, really perfectly in alignment. So I'm going to go ahead and read these to you. They're not too long. And then we'll build on these and see what exactly they mean and what we're supposed to be working on. So this is the Mystic Sisters Oracle deck by Emily Balivet. She is a beautiful artist on Etsy, so you should check her out. She has gorgeous artwork here. So she made a goddess oracle deck. So, okay, so we have the Sage Goddess. We have this, which I have no idea how to pronounce. I'm not even going to try. And then we have this one as well, which I also don't really know how to pronounce. But I read these, and this is about cleansing, purification. This one's about a hidden spiritual path or hidden spiritual assistance. And this is about surrender and release. So I'm going to go ahead and read them to you. I'll start with the Sage Goddess. Purification and cleansing. The ancient global practice of burning sage is not only for purifying a space or a person, but also to heighten spiritual clarity. The botanical name for sage stems from the Latin word to heal, which is also the origin of the word salvation. The other qualities of sage when burned, such as giving wisdom, clarity, and increasing spiritual awareness, are also indicated in the name. It's no accident that we refer to wise people as sages. The sage goddess calls you to cleanse your sacred spaces to remove both physical and psychic toxins from your atmosphere in order to more clearly envision the transcendental experience of life. She offers the opportunity to clear out the clutter of the mind and heart, cut through the chatter of thought, and to find peace, order, and focus. So that is also perfect. A lot of you are going to be, if you haven't already, maybe called to do a lot of cleansing, detoxing, not just physically, but spiritually. I think for a lot of us, we can really attract that psychic debris in our aura. So this is really a call to cleanse your aura, to cleanse your auric field. Maybe do some detox when it comes to the people around you, the situations. It could be your diet, it could be your lifestyle, anything like that. And I think that this is really important because the sage is it's like the smoke is clearing throughout your whole body and your space and your environment and even extending beyond that. And so also some of you, if you're very connected to your divine masculine and perhaps that person's dealing with a lower situation or lower vibrational situation, that can definitely impact you. I've experienced that myself, so I know it can impact you too. So be careful of how you are connecting, and it's healthy to disconnect to a level to where it's like you're really honoring your sacred space as a feminine, as a person, and this is going to be really essential for your movement forward. Okay, and then we have this one here, uh, Chuatha Di Danan. I don't know how to say that. Hidden Forces and Spirit Guardians. The name of the tribe here are an ancient tribe in Irish mythology who had perfected the use of magic. They were driven to the underworld, an infinite paradise where no one grows old and time has no meaning. They are aware of your soul path and will open doors for you to reach your destiny. They are also mischievous tricksters who may cause obstructions and prank you if you've fallen off of your path. Their intention is to benefit you, so pay close attention. We all lose our way now and again. Our time is precious here. This tribe is here to remind you to check your spiritual compass, to be sure that you are heeding your personal calling. So that's also really interesting to me as well, because I feel that some of you could be experiencing some blocks here when it comes to maybe, for example, your spiritual gifts, or it could even be your creative abilities. And this is actually meant for you right now to get you back onto your path, get you back onto your calling. So I feel like with this one combined, and this one too goes together, there's definitely a reason right now to why certain things are happening for you. So this is a card of spiritual guidance that is not seen right now for you. It's just like you can't see it, but it's happening for you for a reason. So I'm almost getting some of you may just be having a pull right now to clear your energy or to cleanse. And the reason for that is because there has been, like I'm getting, there has been obstacles, of course, on your path, but this is all meant for you to get back to where you're supposed to be. So when it says mischievous pranksters, that could come in the form of blocking you from something that you're wanting. That could come in the form of, maybe you're trying to do something creative, but you're completely blocked and you can't do it, or you feel like you are not making any progress. That is actually meant for you to take a look at why you're blocked and to go back within yourself and to clear that. So that's what the feminines are being called to right now, to really go through a deep cleanse, and just know that there's really a spiritual reason here, a hidden spiritual purpose and guidance system that is leading you to exactly where you need to be. So things are happening it's kind of like a coyote energy is what I'm getting to, where there's been divine detours, divine intervention. And then we have this card here, Cygnus, which is also about releasing. So I couldn't believe these all came out. Let me read it here. Swans symbolize the transformation of the soul and the release of matter into pure spirit. Because swans are adept in moving on land, on water, and through the air, in ancient times they were believed to be messengers of the gods that carried souls away. It is said that swans only sing once in their lives, when they are about to die. Hence, a swan song has the meaning of a person's last piece of creative work or final performance. Drawing the card of Cygnus tells you it is time to gracefully release something, a beloved idea or a person that you have held close to your heart. You may have already reached this conclusion. If not, this card may give you a gentle push to finally let go with grace and honor. So swans have been coming up a lot. I don't know if it's just in my readings, but swans have been coming up a lot recently. And I feel like with the swan spirit here, to me, swans are also divine love. This could even be twin flame energy here, because there's a reflection of the two swans. But this is about you having to let go of maybe a piece of yourself. There's two swans here, and this is about surrender and letting go. So right now, it's really clear to me here that right now the focus for the feminines is on releasing, is on surrendering, and remembering that in the middle of the deck, or in the middle of the reading here, the reason for this is to get you to heed your power and your personal calling. Okay. So I want to go ahead and expand on this here. I'm actually going to grab some cards from this new deck. This is the Stripper World Oracle. Let's get a confirmation for the Sage Goddess. So what are we cleansing? What are we detoxing? What are we releasing, Spirit, for the Divine Feminines? What do we need to know about the Sage Goddess cleansing? What do we need to know with the Sage Goddess here? We have Think Bigger. By downplaying your awesomeness and not letting your light shine bright, you are denying your true potential. Own your awesomeness and don't ever sell yourself short. Wow. So yeah, combined with the card about purification here, this is saying the same thing connected to this card here. It's like whatever is falling out of your life, whatever, like it says, mischievous pranksters here, this is happening to, it's like some of you could be feeling angry about this, or sometimes you feel, why does this happen to me? Why is my life happening like this? Or why does this person have to leave my life? But I really feel like what this is saying is that once you're able to get rid of this, once you're able to detox this energy, or to go through this cleansing, purification process, you have bigger and better things here that are waiting for you. Bigger and better relationships, situations, goals. And so I really feel like with that card coming through, like it says, don't downplay your awesomeness and letting your light shine bright. You are denying your true potential. So you have, in some ways, maybe been denying your true potential. Some of you have been either doing this unawarely, or maybe you know that you've been holding on to things that are not good for you. And so this is going to be a time for you to really think bigger for yourself. Let's get a card for this middle energy here with the spiritual guidance card in the hidden realms. What do we need to know about that? We have juggling act. When you find yourself doing a juggling act, take a break and have an honest look. Are you juggling for your own pleasure or creating this show to entertain others? So I feel like that actually goes together with that as well. I feel that with the juggling act here, some of you have been juggling something when it comes to the idea of letting it go, or the idea, but I'm also kind of getting that sort of, that bit of like entertainment energy here. So for some of you, there has been, again, I'm getting like there's been a detour, or there's been reasons why things have been happening that seem maybe like they're not really, like they seem cruel, or they seem kind of like a, I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but just something that's keeping you from your path, and you're wondering why that's happening for you. Let's get one more card for the juggling act here. Divine Feminines. We have strip down. Strip away your armor and come to know the very parts that you've hidden away. Wipe the slate clean and give yourself permission to write a new beginning and ultimately a new story. Yes, so it's kind of like you've been maybe playing with this idea of having a new beginning here, of surrendering, of releasing, and it's time to really strip down to the core of who you are. It's time to really get down to the bottom of yourself. Okay, let's get a confirmation for the releasing card here, and then we'll go into the tarot. Divine Feminines, what do we need to know about this last card here, about release and surrender? Swan Spirit. We have rejection. Rejection is a part of the journey that help us to build self-worth. No one has ever succeeded in life without first facing rejection. Take time to cool off and don't take rejection personally. So I'm also getting for some of you that somebody could be leaving your life on their terms. Okay, this doesn't have to be your decision. For some of you, this is you deciding this, and for others of you, somebody else will be deciding this for you, or not for you, but basically something is needing to be surrendered here. And I feel that this is going to feel like a rejection. This is going to feel very difficult, but it's also, again, it's you seeing the bigger picture. It's you moving forward and moving up. All right. So let's see what else we have here. I'm also getting too that for some of you, it's kind of like if you have been stuck in a relationship or in a situation to where there's been some form of a juggling act. This could come in the form of third parties, or just anything that has, again, been like a divine detour is what I'm getting here. And this is all meant for you to feel rejected. I know it sounds harsh, but I feel like this is meant to trigger your rejection issues or abandonment wounds of self-worth issues, self-worth, maybe low self-esteem here. And I feel like this goes back to the think bigger card. It's like some of you have been selling yourself short because you have been maybe in a place of waiting for something, or in a place of maybe trying to please other people. With the juggling act here, it says, are you doing this for a show to entertain others? So it's not like you're doing it to entertain others, but I feel like you've either been entertaining things that are not good for you, or you have been indeed entertaining it, maybe on a subconscious level, to where you've been giving yourself away to certain things in order for validation. And I feel that with this rejection card here and the releasing, you've come to a place, or you will be coming to a place of grace, of peace, of releasing and gracefully letting something go, because that swans was all about grace. So it's like you've realized the mirror here of your soul, and it has triggered you into self-awareness of what you need to let go of and what you need to get rid of here. Because when I was shuffling, I saw here this Five of Cups, the Strength card, and the Two of Wands as well. So I feel like a lot of you have been with this back and forth energy. You've been maybe wondering if you maybe should let something go, or if you should move on from something here. And it's not just about moving on from a person. This is like this is like a mentality. It could even be a trauma, things like that that have been keeping you stuck. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here. Divine Feminines, what are the messages for you right now? So what's going on with this? Let's look at the middle card first. What's going on with this juggling act? The card in the middle here, Spirit. What is this all about? Divine Feminines right now. Yeah, it's been heartbreak. There's been something that you have been allowing into your life here. We have the Three of Swords, and we have the Temperance card in reverse, and we have the Six of Swords in reverse. So what I really feel like this is that with the Three of Swords and that card, again, talking about why things have happened the way that they've been happening, pranksters, I feel like this is coming in the form of triggers for you. And a lot of you, this could definitely be in matters of the heart. This could be, where have you, again, sold yourself short, or where have you been overextending yourself? Because the Temperance card in reverse is a lack of balance. The Temperance in the upright is all about that inner peace, the blending of our two, just the blend, the perfect balance, moderation. So something here has been in excess. And I feel like with that juggling act as well, something has been off balance. And this is coming in the form of things that have not been resolved from the past here. Six of Swords reversed. So some of you still have been kind of in this middle energy here, to the root of your energy, has been feeling that Three of Swords, feeling like maybe this is happening over and over again. So maybe, for example, you've been giving yourself to a person, or the divine masculine energy, who has been repeating the same pattern and repeating the same mistakes. And I feel like what this is saying is that you have, or you will be coming to the place of realizing where you have been holding that trauma, and where you have been acting that way out of rejection issues, or out of feelings of self-worth issues. And that's just the reality of it. That's the journey. I think we all have those issues, especially as feminines. And so I feel with the Three of Swords being here and the strip it down, it says, strip away your armor and come to know the very parts of you that you've hidden away. Wipe the slate clean and give yourself permission to write a new beginning. So you have, part of it has been spirit keeping you in this place because you had not learned yet, and other parts of it has been your own free will. And I feel like with this Three of Swords here, you are stripping down the layers of yourself that have felt unlovable and unrejected, or felt rejected. And this is just, I feel, the time now when the Sage Goddess is here, because you are realizing that you have more potential. You're realizing to think bigger. You're realizing that you have more to give, and that you have been um, it's like you've been With the strip it down card, some of you could have been overly vulnerable in a way that, you were not getting the same in return, but you kept giving yourself. Or some of you could have been, maybe too guarded, but I think it's a combination here of both. Divine Feminines. What else is going on for the feminines right now? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords. Look at that. And then we have the Death card. That's a lot of powerful energy. So you're really going to be going through a powerful transformation right now. I do feel like for some of you, this Ace of Swords is going to be the breakthrough, which is kind of what I was saying here. But for some of you, and this is maybe not for all of you, this is actually going to come in the form of somebody else rejecting you. I just have to say it because I'm getting it for somebody out there. And this is maybe like, for example, you find out that something is over with because maybe somebody settled down or something like that. But what this is it's actually the wheel turning for you forward because the truth is out. It's no longer hiding the truth. It's no longer operating from this place. So I do think this is a major transformation with the Death card and the Wheel of Fortune. But the wheel is always going to move us into the right direction. Sometimes it happens by pure, fate. Sometimes it's not our choice. Other times it is. And I feel like with the Death card being here, I mean, normally it's not our choice, but I do think that with this here too, and the Ace of Swords, this is that breakthrough. This is that clarity that you need. Okay. And for some of you, this is what you need in order to come into alignment. It's just going to depend on your story with your person or your twin flame or whoever, is because you have mastered that cycle and you have mastered that lesson. And so I feel that now as a collective, you've accepted, I'm hearing you've accepted the invitation or you've accepted the calling, because this was all a big test for you. So, yeah. What is this truth about? This breakthrough, Ace of Swords. Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Maybe having to always defend yourself or always not feel like you were being seen. The Queen of Pentacles here is somebody who's very giving, very open, very nurturing, very stable within herself. But with the Seven of Wands, I feel that you've had to fight for that, or you felt like you had to defend yourself, or you felt like you had to constantly like be at war with yourself, or you felt like you had to explain yourself, if that makes sense, or give or show somebody why they should love you, or show somebody why they should care about you, if that makes sense. And so I feel that you are coming out of that here. Let's look at the cleansing, the Sage Goddess. Cleansing Sage Goddess for the Divine Feminines. What are the messages for feminines with the Sage Goddess? Yeah, I mean, pretty clear there. Wow. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. We have the Strength card and the Queen of Cups. So I feel like for some of you, you're coming through as the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel I'm getting a couple things here. Like I said a minute ago, some of you, there's been maybe a situation involving multiple people in your life. It could be a love triangle for some of you. It could even be just family members around you. I feel like there has been other people somehow involved in this, if that resonates. And for others of you, it could just be between you and somebody else. But this does feel like it's involving people who have not been seeing you, or that you felt have not been seeing you for who you are, or that you felt have been neglecting you or rejecting you. And for some of you, you felt like you had to defend yourself against another person or against another option, if that resonates only. Like if somebody had another option and you together, you felt like you were being rejected because this person saw the other person more. And for others, you just felt like you were not being seen for your work maybe in what you were doing, and that made you feel rejected, and it had to do with your, for some, it had to do with your finances or your security or just your sense of what you're giving tangibly, physically. And then up here, what's cleansing for you is your emotional body. We have the Strength card with the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Swords in reverse. Yes. So think bigger. Eight of Swords reversed. You're taking yourself away from the restrictions of your mind. You've realized your strength, the strength in your empathy, the strength in your courage, the strength in your self-love. But also with the Queen of Cups and the Sage Goddess, it's like there has been things attached to you that again have not been yours, or you've been taking on the burden of other things or other people. Some of you could have definitely been very strong or are very strong empaths, and that could be actually attaching on to you here with the Queen of Cups and the Sage Goddess. And you're realizing, whichever way it is, the restrictions that have been keeping you from seeing the bigger picture. And it's like you're going to be putting this together, that you are the one who is in control here of your destiny, of yourself, of your free will. And on top of that, the universe is actually kicking these things out in order for you to see the truth in whatever way that's going to be. I mean, eclipses always bring forth the truth. Eclipses always reveal the truth. And that's what I'm getting here. So it's going to be different for a lot of you, but I think that there is going to be a pretty massive truth that's going to come through mentally. Maybe you're going to see it in reality. Maybe you're just going to feel it. Maybe you're going to, maybe somebody else is going to like trigger that for you. But I think that there's going to be a truth in you stepping into the inner strength of who you are with the Queen of Cups and the Strength card, and more importantly, cleansing out the restrictions that have been placed upon you by yourself, other people's opinions, other influences, other factors, and realizing the true strength in who you really are as an empathic divine feminine. So it's like that phrase that being vulnerable is not a negative thing. It's actually a very positive thing. It's just that other people don't see it, or they don't appreciate it the way that you are trying to give it. And so it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with what the other person is doing, or how they're, or their own issues, their own problems. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Let's close it up with a couple of oracle cards here. Major changes are coming in though. And so just know that if it does feel difficult for some of you, this is what's only going to lead you to the right path. And I'm not saying this is going to be all of you leaving behind a certain person. It's just that you're leaving behind the idea of who you were, or the idea of what that was for you. And for some, it is a person. For some, it is the end of a chapter. But it's just really going to be the new transition into the real you. So what's coming in for divine feminines? What is this new chapter bringing? What's coming in for the divine feminines here? Wow, justice. This is very powerful. Number 5, by the power of 3 by 3, Matt, deliver justice to me. Wow. Yeah, so you're going to be having justice here. The number 5 card too is about change, about transformation. So whatever has been unjust, whatever has been not right, this is going to be the justice coming in. The scales are being balanced. Some of you are balancing the scales by just taking yourself away from something, taking yourself out of the equation. And what's going to happen is that the scales are going to balance because of that. Whoever did you wrong, whatever situation did you wrong, that person or that situation, that will karmically have to balance out. They will get their karma. And you are the one who's moving into the Wheel of Fortune with the Ace of Swords. So you're moving into, even if it feels like a difficult, because Ace of Swords is difficult sometimes. It's harsh truth. It's harsh communication. It's harsh ideas or blunt energy. But this is all the justice that's coming into balance for you. That's actually what I'm getting to with the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, if you're dealing with like a legal case, or if you have financial issues involving another person, or something that somebody owes you, that's going to come into your favor because it's time. It's time for your justice. A lot of you with the Queen of Cups and the Strength card, like I was saying earlier, you're very empathic, the Divine Feminine Collective for most of you. And your generosity and you giving yourself authentically and vulnerably is what's leading you into a place of getting your justice back. So even what felt like a curse before, or what felt like a difficult journey before, is what's going to be right, because you are the one who did the right thing, basically. Okay, sensuality came out. So let's get two more. What's coming in for the feminines? Wow, new beginnings. Yes. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. We have number 44. So this is going to be a new beginning for you. I mean, that's pretty clear with the butterfly. So let's get one more. Divine Feminine, one more card for you. Imagination. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. So number 5 as well, number 41. The Eight of Swords and the bigger picture. Whatever you have, I really feel like what I'm getting with this actually, with the divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. That is this card in the middle here. A lot of you have been surrounded by these spirits who have been helping you, who have been assisting you, and they have been doing this by giving you challenges. They have been doing this by giving you situations that have felt very painful. But what they wanted you to do is to be able to see your true value and your true strength. They wanted you to be able to see what you can truly manifest, what you can truly have for yourself if you allow you to see past the blindfold of what you've been restricting. So this justice is actually, I'm getting this very strongly. I don't know why, but whatever spirit guides have been around you, it doesn't have to be this Irish mythology. It could be for some of you. They have been actually assisting you all the way to guide you, in these situations that have made you strip down to the core of who you are. And through difficulty, through darkness is how we shine our light. And I'm all about that because I really believe in that strongly. And this is what this is. You're seeing now what you can actually have and what you can actually be. And this is because of the difficulty that you've been through. So now you're going to be receiving a lot of intellectual, spiritual expansion of the mind. So some of you might have a lot of creative ideas coming in. You might have a lot of just energies that are going to allow you to feel like you can have what you want, if that makes sense. So some of you are going to be having breakthroughs in your ideas, not just when it comes to what's right for you or what you should be. Yeah, magical powers. You're stepping into a lot of power when it comes to your gifts. So you're going to be going through, if you haven't already, a pretty big spiritual shift and awakening. That's going to also lead you to like being able to manifest something immediately, being able to manifest what you're desiring because you're stepping into that higher self energy. Let's close it up with one more card. One more card for the feminines. Insight. So you're going to be having a lot of insight with the imagination and the insight. I really feel like meditation is going to be key. We have channeling with inward revolution. Yes, so you're going to be getting a lot of divine insight from your spirit team and from your spirit guides and angels. You're very connected to that realm. And so this is going to come in the form of you having this inward revolution that's going to guide you exactly where you need to be. So for some of you, this could be a big change in your life that you're being guided to, is what I'm also getting. And whatever that is for you, it's meant for a reason. So listen deeply to the whispers, listen deeply to to your guides, however you connect with them, whatever you want to do, maybe praying, meditating, however that is, it's going to come to you in different ways. But once you're able to clear, I'm also getting to the things that have been clouding you from seeing them and from hearing them. This is what's going to come in for you. So some of you have been blocking, or there has been influences that have blocked you from your intuition because they almost did it for a reason for you too. Okay. So anyway, I really hope this reading could help some of you. I know it was kind of deep, but I hope it could give you some insight for what to expect with this eclipse season and the new moon in Cancer, which also makes sense with the Queen of Cups and the Strength card coming through, emotional cleansing, emotional release. So yeah, take it easy, be easy on yourselves, take care, and I will talk to you guys next time. Much love.